The Lagina brothers have made a startling discovery in the famous Oak Island money pit, causing the researchers to halt the excavation. Could this be the long-sought, life-changing treasure of Oak Island? You won't believe what they uncovered, leading to a shutdown of further research by U.S. authorities. The exceptional geologists Terry Matheson and Charles Barkhouse watched intently as the DN 11.5 borehole was drilled, their focus as sharp as hawks. They aimed to reach a potential gold-rich zone buried 80 to 120 feet below the surface. As the drilling machine dug deeper, the team gathered around, eyes wide with anticipation, racing against time. Suddenly, Mike Tedford, the drilling operation leader, made a shocking revelation. At the 90-foot mark, the drill struck something. While it wasn't gold, it was significant enough to cause a stir. Charles and Terry were thrilled, realizing this could be a game-changer. Their minds buzzing with the possibilities. Eager to confirm whether Mike had indeed found a hollow space 90 feet underground, they bombarded him with questions. "How about this?" Mike confirmed. "There's a significant amount of empty space down there." The revelation stunned them. They knew they had encountered something of great importance. Charles suggested they immediately contact Rick and Marty, the experts in the field. The team sprang into action. Rick and Marty arrived with eager enthusiasm after receiving Charles's call. Drilling in a location that might hold the treasure had Rick visibly excited. One can only imagine his thrill. However, the treasure zone within DN 11.5 wasn't just any ordinary location. It was, quite literally, a gold mine waiting to be uncovered. The site was rich in gold traces, filled with air pockets and abundant voids. To keep it simple, they aptly named it after its location. Rick then gathered his crew to discuss the latest developments. Everyone was eager to hear the story behind this incredible discovery in the Oak Island money pit. It was the question on everyone's mind. This discovery is far from ordinary. It's something extraordinary. According to Mike Tedford's account, he felt the rods break through something at a depth of about 90 feet. Whatever it was seemed to vanish into a void just beyond his reach, roughly 1.5 feet away. Can you imagine the surge of excitement they must have felt at that moment? They were over the moon, absolutely thrilled. But this is where things get even more fascinating. Terry, who had a keen eye for detail, noticed that the coordinates for DN 11.5, DN 12.5, and DN 13.5 were perfectly aligned from east to west. What made this discovery even more puzzling was the possibility that these coordinates were part of a structure hidden 94 feet below the water surface. DN 12.5 and DN 13.5 also played a role in this alignment. The burning question on everyone's mind was whether they had stumbled upon another piece of this hidden structure and whether it was connected to the gold found nearby. The challenge now was to piece together the puzzle and determine if Terry's intuition was correct. This was a critical moment. The scientific evidence pointed toward a promising conclusion, but they couldn't rely solely on intuition to prove their theory. Without hesitation, Charles grabbed the phone and called Rick and Marty after the crew reached a consensus. It wasn't long before the Lagina brothers, Rick and Marty, arrived on the scene, their anticipation evident in their expressions. Rick, especially, was filled with excitement and anticipation, largely due to the ongoing money pit drill program. The coordinates for DN 11.5 placed them squarely in the middle of what seemed to be a treasure zone. The excitement was palpable. Despite its advantageous location, DN 11.5 was anything but an ordinary treasure zone. The site could be described as a gold mine in every sense of the word, given the incredibly high gold values, abundant air pockets, and large voids they had encountered. To simplify matters, they named it based on its location. Rick quickly convened a meeting with his team to discuss the latest developments. The story behind this remarkable find in the Oak Island money pit captivated everyone involved. At that moment, one question was on everyone's mind. It became immediately clear that this was no ordinary discovery. After reaching a depth of about 90 feet, Mike Tedford reported feeling the drilling rods break through something, as mentioned in his report. It seemed as though whatever it was had vanished into a void just beyond its reach, about 1.5 feet away. They were ecstatic, overjoyed by the discovery. Yet, this is where the story takes an intriguing and exciting twist. Terry, renowned for his sharp observational abilities, noticed that the coordinates DN 11.5, DN 12.5, and DN 13.5 were perfectly aligned from east to west. The thought that these points might be part of a structure hidden 94 feet below the surface added to their excitement. Particularly, DN 12.5 and DN 13.5 were critical to this alignment. The burning question was whether they had uncovered another section of this structure and if it was connected to the gold found nearby. The challenge was to piece together this complex puzzle and verify Terry's intuition. The scientific data they had gathered seemed to support this idea, but they couldn't rely on intuition alone to prove their hypothesis. With the scientific report ready to be presented, the room was thick with both tension and optimism as the team eagerly awaited the findings they had long anticipated. After conducting an XRF analysis on DN 11.5, the data collected perfectly matched their expectations. Emma, a remarkably talented archaeometallurgy specialist, reached an intriguing conclusion after extensive research. The structure they had uncovered could only be described as a tunnel. To gain a deeper understanding of the discovery, they analyzed a sample of dry wood collected along the route using an XRF spectrometer. And what did they find? Emma discovered typical Oak Island elements like iron, manganese, titanium, calcium, potassium, and aluminum. However, a surprising twist occurred when they unexpectedly found evidence of gold. The excitement was beyond anything they had anticipated when they realized the piece of wood they were examining contained traces of this rare metal. The team had an open discussion with Emma to determine if the presence of gold was an anomaly in the results. With a joyful giggle, Emma confirmed that gold was indeed the anomaly that stood out from the other data. Further analysis revealed that the gold content was approximately 0.04% of the total weight of the sample. This shocking discovery sent shockwaves through the team. Given that the sample was just a small, randomly selected piece of what they had found, it led to an enticing possibility. There could be a significant amount of gold hidden within the structure. Rick couldn't help but think that these unusual findings might be the key to locating the long-lost treasure. With each new piece of data, their optimism grew, reaching entirely new heights. The team was now able to explore not just one, but two fascinating areas of interest: wood and water. It was like a double dose of curiosity, a revolutionary finding. The 0.04% gold concentration wasn't the only compelling aspect. Other factors also contributed to the significance of their discovery. They had possibly uncovered a crucial piece of information that could guide them in the right direction as they continued their journey. The study provided evidence to support their suspicions, further fueling their anticipation. The piece of wood they analyzed displayed unusual characteristics, and the presence of gold was undeniable. It was a breakthrough moment, like a signpost pointing directly to the hidden riches. After a long and arduous journey, the team finally had solid evidence that their efforts had been worthwhile. They were successful. You could almost feel their joy in the air. They recognized that the lab wasn't the only place where answers could be found. Rick reminded everyone of the need to continue collecting samples and conducting analyses. They were determined to explore every possible avenue, knowing that the answers they sought could be scattered across the island. This discovery became a catalyst, driving their enthusiasm even further. Though the search was far from over, they felt, for the first time, that they were on the right path. To know more about the discovery, please like, share, and subscribe. Stay tuned for more interesting videos.